Howdy folks, so I received this message on Instagram. Surprisingly or unsurprisingly, I get these kind of messages all the time. Hey Zabe, live with in-laws, no support around me, hubby even mocks me anytime I try to get healthy, scumbag. Yet everyone makes fun of me and says I need to lose weight. Any advice would be appreciated because there is absolutely no winning at all. Now, most of our clients are in this situation, but I'm not going to send you there or give you a little sales pitch. The number one thing I'm going to share with you just now is a very practical thing that you can do easily without anyone noticing or paying attention to you. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish I could tell you to just, grow up here or just power through it, but I know it's not easy to do. Unfortunately, I've dealt with hundreds of women, unfortunately, who have been in that very same position. And a lot of them have struggled in the early days, in the early couple of months, but they've managed to power through and they get to their goal in the end. So honestly, the single best thing you can do, this is going to be very simple and it might sound a bit like, is that all? But trust me, because you're wanting to lose weight and get in shape. In order to lose weight and get in shape, you just need to, I guess, eat slightly less and move a bit more, which is true, but it's not helpful. So most people who send these kind of messages to me have a very habit, or they struggle with emotional eating and they end up consuming a hell of a lot more energy, calories than they need to. So the solution to begin with in the first couple of weeks, and I promise you it is powerful as all hell, is to cut junk food out. Now, I know that's not easy, so I'm gonna give you some practical tips. But by cutting out junk food, you're cutting off the supply of energy that's extra going into your body that's potentially stopping you from losing weight and causing you to gain weight, okay? Now, how do you actually do that if it's something that you lean on quite a lot? Some of the tips that have worked tremendously well with some of our clients, to name a few, carbonated drinks are excellent, any kind of sparkling water. Diet drinks are fine as well, like nobody, not that I've come across any, study to show that Coke caused someone to develop cancer directly. No, people are just not willing to look at the actual fact and the data. So if it means having 2 to 3 cans of diet drinks a week and it stops you from, craving food and comfort eating, that's brilliant. I would go for that because it's 0 calories, 0 sugar as well. Don't worry about the sweetener unless you're consuming huge amounts of it. Carbonated drinks, diluting water is excellent as well. You could just increase your protein, which is quite easy as well. That's something a lot of people tend to do because it helps them, remain more satiated. Black coffee actually, and teas of all kinds. Find little ways to blunt your appetite. The reason I'm saying this is because some people might watch this video and you're like, oh my God, you're telling this person to, restrict themselves. No, I'm telling you, give it a shot. If you can't do it, try some of those basic tips. If that doesn't work, then you want to try and just cut the junk food consumption in half. Once you can cut it in half, it's going to allow you to be able to manage your intake a lot easier. So if you find that cutting it out cold turkey is not going to work for you, cool. Why don't you instead then just cut it in half, and then from there you can slowly reduce it and eliminate it. Obviously you want to have some fun, I guess, so I would say cut it out altogether, but just try to do that in the first instance and see how far you get. Now by doing that, you're going to be cutting down extra calories going into your body, and you can just remain active by walking and doing your day-to-day tasks. Just that very simple act is going to allow you to be able to put yourself in a caloric deficit. You've seen this all over the internet, on social media. Calorie deficit is basically just when your body is looking for energy elsewhere in the body because you've cut off that supply, or you're expending more energy and it starts to tap into stored body fat and muscle tissue in a nutshell. Now, I've just released a book on Kindle, the Kindle store, so check it out. I will put a link below, but that breaks down everything you need to know about cutting out, junk food and calories from a South Asian context, and it makes great sense, and it's quite humorous as well. I had a bit of a sarcastic touch to it in my typical fashion, but when you're in a deficit, that's what causes weight loss to happen. Now, most people, when they try to cut body fat and they're in this situation, they think, okay, people are making fun of me, I'm struggling, let me go and find out what my calories are. I'll go on the internet, I'll put my numbers in, and I'll find the most aggressive deficit. It's not going to work, okay? Do something very, very practical and easy, but here's the problem. TikTok and Instagram and social media, a lot of them are going to show you before and afters, these treadmill workouts, these magic formulas, a PCOS quiz or body type quiz, etc. But they know that that stuff is fancy, it's sexy, but no one wants to follow simple advice such as lower your junk food and remain patient for 2 to 4 weeks. Please just follow that. That's the only thing you need to do at this stage. Once you've gotten to that stage, from then you can start building more exercise, you can do more activity, you can, do lots more walking. But just that very simple act is going to cut off that supply and it's going to allow you to hit a deficit. And no one's going to pay attention to that. No one's going to say to you, why are you not eating that, packet of crisps that you normally do? Go and eat it. If anyone's doing that to you, then bloody seek helping the police, because that's pretty sure that's criminal. But if you do that and you just go on about your day, it's not going to attract much attention. Typically what we tend to find is the people who then start to eat healthy, they try to eat more salads, more vegetables, they start having more protein products in the fridge. That draws a lot of attention. As I said, it shouldn't be this way, but unfortunately here we are. So I'm just helping you with some very practical tips, and the easiest one is cut your junk food down. Try to find a way to blunt your appetite a little bit, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, cut it in half, and then from there you can reduce it more and more and more until the point where you don't really miss it. And trust me, everyone can get to that stage. And then you can reserve junk food and, not so healthy foods for occasions and stuff where you can enjoy it more. So I hope this helped. I will cover some stuff like this in more detail in future videos, but I just thought I'd hop on here with a very quick one because unfortunately it comes up quite a lot. I get this message even from our current clients. Sometimes they have a bit of a wobble, and people, they're not supportive. They're complete dickheads, basically, for lack of a better term. Hope no kids are watching this. And unfortunately, our culture can be very toxic. Just like every culture, there's always some of the downsides that we have. And for us, it is expecting women to, bring children into the world, yet at the same time, they're putting them down, mocking them, making fun of them. And it makes no sense, because how the hell are they supposed to do that when their mental state and physical state is an absolute shambles? So if you are in that position just now, pray for you, and I really hope it gets better for you. And those individuals who are obviously putting you down, well, they need a slap to the face. But just do that very simple act of cutting junk food down a little bit. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know food might be a crutch. Give it a go. And honestly, if you find it very, very difficult, reach out to me. On Instagram, you can just type in Zay Abbas or ZA Training on Instagram. I'm always in the DMs answering questions. I enjoy it. I always send voice notes. It's very personal. Very rarely do I send individual messages in written form. I always try my best to send voice notes. I just to engage with you a lot more, because a lot of people don't need coaching. Some people just need a little bit of an ear and a little bit of guidance and some basic advice, which should be available to everyone. But if you do want to work with us, you can click the link in the description. You can read more about how you can reach out and work with us. But if you just want to get some insights and some information and reach out and get some free advice, please engage with me in my social channels. Now, I did do a video, which was a vlog, actually, a mini vlog, where I spoke about what I get up to in my nutrition and some tips that I like to follow, and also protein powder, because some people always worry about whether protein powder is good or bad for you. Check that video out before you go. I promise you'll find it quite useful.